here. I already know it. I'm late. I know. Well, your boy had to eat. Had stuff to do, you know what I'm saying? I forgot to turn this thing on. Better light, except for glare, which I'm not gonna wear these. I know for sure I turned that headset off. For sure. So I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It is about time for another vlog, and I can't even scroll all the way up to check these comments. My bad, y'all. I was inside. I was trying to look for some like meal replacement stuff for my dinner shakes, but of course they ain't got nothing here. But I am getting my life together right now. What's going on, y'all? Johnson's Logic back with another live video. Let me go ahead and mute that so I can look at this chat. Johnson's Logic, your channel, live video. Pause that because I don't need it. And chat. Live chat. I'm almost ready. I promise I'm almost ready. Pop out chat. Minimize. Close. Minimize. Alright. What's going on, y'all? Johnson's Logic, crooked as a fool. With another live video. I need to go back home. Today has really been a freaking trial for me today. Like, it is time for another vlog. KT, I saw that clip. I'm actually I need to do the ending clip to the one that I'm working on now. I should get that out to you guys by tomorrow, because I'm gonna go to bed after this. I've literally just had a freaking day today. Darren, what's going on? VTech, what's going on? Prime Trucker Rob in the house, what's going on, my man? Corey, what's going on? PJ, RN. I did have to make y'all wait because I wasn't ready. I had stuff to do. At Marie for checking in from Alabama. I was in Alabama last Thursday? Nope, last Tuesday. I was in Alabama last Tuesday. But I need to turn the comments off on this. It's going to distract the crap out of me. I do that one, which I don't need. Man, like I said, I've really just had a rough day. Like, so, and I say all this on the vlog. I'm just going to say it for y'all tuning in right now. But I actually took a couple days off last week in Texas. I've been having some issues sleeping, so I decided to take a couple days off to rest and like do nothing. So I didn't record any vlogs. I didn't record any Instagram, Snapchats, nothing. I wanted to fully disconnect and actually get some rest, and for the most part I did, but it wasn't like restful rest, you know what I mean? So I came back out and I was like, you know what, maybe I miss being on the road. Let me just get back to my truck, you know, start hauling some freight. Maybe I'll feel better. So, got back to the truck yesterday, and all this is going on the vlog. So if y'all watch the next video, it's probably just gonna be a repeat for y'all. But I'm not gonna put like every detail out. But I got back on the truck yesterday because I had booked a load. So today's Tuesday, obviously. I had booked a load for yesterday. I booked it like live chat. I booked it maybe last Monday. I was leaving Salt Lake City, so I may have, I booked it like last Monday or Tuesday, one of those. And I was like, you know, this is the load to go get me home because I had a doctor's appointment on Thursday, right? I'm like, let me go ahead and book this load a week and some change in advance. Plenty of time, you know, that way I can enjoy my time off in Texas, pick up that load yesterday, and then go home for my doctor's appointment. Well, if y'all have noticed the location on the video, I'm in Kansas. So yesterday is when it really all started. The BS started yesterday and just rolled over into today. So yesterday I was supposed to pick up a load take it home, boom, done, right? So yesterday morning, the agent sends me an email like 7 a.m. The load doesn't pick up till like 3 p.m. So he sends me emails like, hey, are we still good to pick up this load? And I'm like, yeah, of course. You know, it's in the contract. You know, you send me a freight bill, I'm gonna go get it. He's like, all right, good. So I get there at like 2:45 because I was slow poking around. I get there like 2:45 and my appointment's at 3. I go in, stand in line. There's no AC in this lobby. There's like a line of like 5 people. And I was like, you know what, whatever. I got here. I'm here on time. Let's just get the load, get home, go see the doctor. You're good. Right? So I finally get to the front of the line. She's like, what's your pickup number? I gave her the pickup number. She was like, can you say the pickup number again? I'm like, yeah, I said it. She was like, okay, let me repeat it back to you. And from right there, I knew something was wrong. I just had a feeling. So she read it back to me, and I'm like, yeah, that's the pick number I have. She's like, do you have another number? I was like, no. And she's like, you might need to call your agent. I was like, okay. So I called the agent. No answer. Called the agent again. No answer. Send him an email like, hey, you need to call me ASAP. Pickup number is wrong. Send him an email. I was like, well, it's already hot in here. So I called the main agency instead of just that direct agent. I forgot to turn my CV off. Instead of that direct agent, I called the whole agency, and you know, their person picked up, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm on load such and such. I've been trying to contact the agent. I can't get in touch with him, and I'm here at the customer to pick up the load, and they're telling me that this number is incorrect. They're like, oh, well, let us reach out to the agent. Can I put you on hold? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So she puts me on hold like 3-4 minutes, and she comes back. She's like, hey, having a little difficulty getting in touch with the agent. You mind holding a little bit longer? It shouldn't be, you know, no more than 5 more minutes. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Keep in mind, I'm still sitting in this hot lobby. She keeps me on hold for like 35 minutes and comes back to the phone. I'm like, hey, I can't get in touch with the agent. So meanwhile, I have my headphones in. As soon as she comes back on the line, I get an email from the agent, and I'm like, well, he just emailed me back. She's like, he did? I was like, yeah. And I looked at the email. It's like, we're gonna try and get this issue resolved ASAP. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, well, if she's emailing you, he should be answering the phone. So can I put you on another hold? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. 15 minutes later, I'm still on hold, but the lady that's been staring at me, helping other people and like waiting on me to get my pickup number, you know, basically get my life together, she taps on the glass and she's like, hey. And I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, hey, I just had my supervisor look up that pickup number. I hate to tell you this, but that load canceled on Friday. And I'm like, today's Monday. She's like, yeah, we sent the email to the agency that, you know, we canceled this load. And I'm like, why does no one tell me anything? So now I have a canceled load and a doctor's appointment I gotta try to make it to, and just a whole bunch of stuff that like I'm trying to work through. And then my computer just crapped out and it just came back. Just like, all right, so in my mind I'm like, all right, cancel load. What I gotta do? Gotta get another load. I need truck order not used. Like, you know what's going on. So again, this is all Monday. By now it's like 4 o'clock on Monday, and anyone who runs load boards know about that 4, 5, 6 p.m. range. These agents are out the door. So I'm like stressing out because now I'm like, I gotta find a load for either picking up right now or find a load picking up tomorrow. So I'm like hopping on load board, find a load I like, and I was like, okay. Only downside is I'm in Dallas and now I have to deadhead to Houston to go pick it up, and it didn't pick up till the next day. And I'm like, okay, whatever, the rate's okay on it, whatever, let me call, I just need to get home. So I call, they're like, hey, this load's still available. I'm like, great. I'm in Dallas, I'm gonna have to deadhead down to Houston, but I see it's picking up in the morning, I got plenty of time. I can get down, you know, I can start heading that way right now. They're like, all right, cool, you know, hold on one second, we're just gonna confirm the appointment times, and then we'll go ahead and get you on your way. I was like, okay, cool. Puts me on hold. Comes back to the phone. Like a minute later, they're like, we're so sorry, this load canceled. And I'm like, 2 canceled loads, right? I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Hang up, hop on load board, see something else. Also have to deadhead down to the Houston area again, but the rate is okay-ish. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Call. And that load didn't pick up until Tuesday night. Keep in mind, this is still Monday afternoon. So I'm like, I'm not, I'm to wait on it. Whatever. Just need to get home. Call that agency. They're like, I'm calling about load such and such. And they're like, oh, okay, well, hold on 1 second. So yeah, this load's still available. I was like, okay, great. I need to go ahead and book this load. I'm trying to make it home to a doctor's appointment, and my original load canceled. They're like, all right, cool. Hold on, let me confirm your appointment times. Puts me on hold. Comes back in like a minute and a half. They're like, oh, we're so sorry. This load isn't for Landstar BCOs. I'm like, then why is it on the Landstar load board? They're like, I have no idea why we had that, put that on there. And I'm gonna take it off. And I'm just like, click. I just can't win. So 3 canceled loads. I'm still trying to get home. I'm like, at this point, I'm tripping. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, do I need to call my doctor? Do I need to cancel? Do I need to reschedule? Like, do I deadhead home? Like, do I take a flight? Like, I gotta get home. So I'm sitting there. So 3 canceled loads, and then I get a call on my other phone, on my Landstar phone, and it's another agency, and they're like, hey. And I'm like, hello. They're like, hey, I see that you are in Dallas. I was like, yeah, I just had a load canceled on me, and 2 other loads also canceled on me trying to get home. They're like, well, I need a favor, and I've got a load, but where are you going before I tell you the load? And I'm like, I'm trying to get home to Georgia. He's like, I was like, oh my God. He was like, yeah, it's not going to Georgia. And I was like, okay, you need a favor. I need to get a load because, sitting still, you ain't making no money. So I'm like, go ahead and tell me details on the load. Let me know what's up, right? He was like, all right, it's a hazmat load. I'm like, oh, no, I don't like hazmat loads. Not that I don't like them. I just never hauled it. He's like, it's a hazmat load. I was like, okay, 1 red flag. He was like, it's going to Colorado. I was like, oh, 2 red flags. He's like 768 or 800 miles loaded miles. So I was like, all right, well, how much is it paying? So I'm already 2 red flags and still haven't gotten to the money yet, right? And this guy says, name your price. Name my price? He's like, yeah, name your price. And I started thinking, I'm like, all right, hazmat load, about 800 miles. And it's going to a dead, basically a dead zone. If anybody running Colorado knows, ain't no friend in Colorado. I'm like, if I gotta name my price, if I gotta say something, I need about 3,800. I need 3,800 bucks, and I'll take the load. Because in my mind, I'm like, I can pick that up, drop it off, day and a half, $3,800 in the bank, cool. I'm like, give me 3,800, I'll take it. He's like, I don't know. I was like, well, you let me know because you need the favor. He's like, I'll call you right back, right? So he hangs up. Calls me back. He's like, we can do 32. Yes, DJ, it's the same dude. That's the same dude. I'm sorry, I'm way behind on comments because I hate putting pauses in them. DJ G, what's up? PJ, I have not done a Walmart kit crawl if you're still here. Larry, what's going on? Scott, what's going on? Roger, thanks for interacting. Michael, what's going on, man? What type of truck do I have? I have a 2019 Volvo VNL 860. Morse code. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, dog. Appreciate it. I was going deadhead home. I said that. I was like, dang, I should probably just deadhead home. 10K. I thought about saying 10 grand. I did. He offered for 35. Are you on the same load I am? He done jumped ahead of me on the story, but yeah. So at first he came back with 32, and I was like, nah. He was like, all right, I got 35. I was like, all right, I'll take 35. Hold on, did you take the other load? Because it was two hazmat loads, DJ. So did you take the other one? Peter Trucker, very small cliff notes. I was supposed to pick up 3 different loads yesterday. They all canceled, and now I got on this one, but I had to cancel my doctor's appointment. So to continue my story, you're probably better than me, but I found something on the load board on the back end. It's gonna be a great week for me. But basically, he came back with 32. I was like, I'm not doing it for 32. He's like, I'll do it for 35. I was like, all right, if you do it for 35, I'm gonna need that fuel surcharge breakout top dollar. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that 32 cent a mile stuff. No. He's like, all right, I'll break out 40 cents per mile in fuel surcharge. I was like, oh, that's above average. All right, go ahead and bill it out. So I'm on my way to Colorado with my first hazmat load. And that's not why I'm stressed out. First of all, this was Monday's stress, right? Stressed out about trying to get a freaking load. Finally got one. I'm like, cool. Doesn't pick up until this morning. I'm like, you know what? I can go ahead and knock out some of these empty miles, because I had to deadhead like 120 miles, which is not a big deal. So I deadheaded like 80 of those miles to the closest truck stop, shut down for the night, had like 13 hours extra to break. Cool. While I was deadheading, I was passing a blue beacon, and I was like, I should go get a truck wash. So this is where the first terrorist on my truck happened. So I opened up my trailer door, and there's a spider. Like, I cannot explain to you guys enough my very rational fear of spiders, right? So, like, for those that are like some of my close friends that have me on Facebook have already heard this story, but, well, y'all heard the second part of the story, but this is the first part. So I opened up the trailer doors because I need to throw my cargo net in the back, you know, for yesterday. And you need to multiply that by 0.10, not 10. But it would be nice. So I had to throw my cargo net in the back of the trailer to secure my load for today. And open trailer door, boom, spider, like right there. And what makes it worse is I was recording the beginning part of my vlog, so it's on video. So when I upload this vlog, y'all will see exactly what I'm talking about. So like the spiders sitting on trailer door scared me, obviously, because I hate spiders, like, with a passion. And I kill it, right? First issue, I was like, whatever. Threw the cargo net in there. I didn't even hook it up on the E-track. I literally just threw it in there, shut the door, and I was like, I'm done. Walk back in the truck. It's hot. It's 107 degrees in Dallas. I am tripping. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I just had a long day. I just need to get this truck washed, get down the road, shut down, right? I'm gonna fast forward because I don't want this video to get super, super long. So, get the truck washed, get down the road. Keep in mind, I had to hit Dallas, downtown Dallas, to get to, like, I had to get through downtown Dallas at, like, peak traffic time. So that took, like, an entire hour. But I get shut down, whatever. It was a little pizza bar across the street, so I got me some pizza and a burger, you know, for today. I usually buy 2 meals at a time. Anyway, get my food, eat one of them. I still have a little bit of pizza left, and then I shut down, right? And I'm like, I was finna throw hands with this spider. Like, y'all have no idea. RN, is so ironic that you say that comment. That leads me to the second part of this story. I wake up this morning, freaking deadhead 30 miles, go pick up the hazmat load, sitting in the driver's seat for like 30 minutes while they load me, you know, in and out the door, go secure the load, put my placards on my trailer, you know, I had to call Landstar, make sure I'm compliant, and, you know, down the road. Literally 10 to 15 miles down the road, I'm driving, minding my own business. I'm doing 70 in a 75, right? Minding my own business, got my arm on the armrest, chilling. I'm in the zone, like I'm focused. I'm talking to one of my other trucker friends who's also driving. You know, me and him having a great time, just talking, focused, right? Out the corner of my eye, I see something like shift, and I look up, and the next thing I see, there's a spider running down my door to my hand. I almost died today. Y'all have no idea the panic in my mind. Like, oh my God. This spider is sprinting at my arm, and I'm driving. So the only thing I can think to do, one, is panic, obviously. I'm going to panic. So like, I'm first of all, before I even continue the story, I'm the only one on the road. It's a 2-lane highway. I had a shoulder. I had plenty of space to, like, you know, maintain my vehicle so I didn't lose control and be an idiot. But I panic because there's a spider out to kill me right now. So it's like coming down the door, and I'm like, I throw on full Jake brakes. Like, if you've ever driven a Volvo, we have Jake brake 1, 2, and 3. And then we have another level called B, which makes your truck stop when it needs to stop, or a lot more quicker than level 3. So I jam the Jake brakes all the way down. I throw on my hazards, and all in one motion, like, I do Jake brake with this arm, hazards with this arm. With this arm, I'm already down, grabbing the shoe off my foot and started slamming the like, it's funny now, but I am slamming this door, and every hit, the spider's going in the crack and coming out, going in the crack, coming out, and I'm like just going away. By the time I finally kill this spider, when it's like 3 inches from like where my hand was, it finally like comes out onto the flat surface, and I slam it, and I finally kill it. I am almost off the shoulder. Like, I'm almost off onto the shoulder. I went from 70 down to 30. Like, I almost died today. Like, y'all. Y'all. I literally had to sit on that shoulder for like 10 minutes to get my life together. Like, and then the guy on the phone dying laughing. And it wasn't funny at the time. It's funny now, but I thought I was going to die, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. And if you don't believe me, I didn't record that part, but a part of my vlog is me talking about this same story. I literally was going to die. Like, I've driven through snow. I've driven through tornadoes, which leads me to the last part of this story. I've driven through tornadoes, monsoons, high winds. I have driven through a lot of stuff out here in the 2.5 years I've been out here. But top number one scariest moment of my career was today with that freaking spider. I kid you guys not. Like, I was so stressed out. Like, I didn't know what kind of spider it was. Usually I can recognize, like, you know, being scared of them, I need to be able to recognize, like, can this kill me? I looked at it, I kept looking at it, and I couldn't recognize it, which increased the panic. And I'm just like, oh God. Yeah, if the roads weren't clear, I mean, I checked my dash cam, and I remained in the right lane to the shoulder, so I wouldn't have hit anybody. But a lot of people would have been freaking laughing at me, because I am swatting at this. Like, it is life or death. It was fight or flight at that point. Like, y'all can't y'all can't blame me. Like, I am freaking out, because if this spider gets to me and it bites me, will I die? I'm not gonna smash it with my hand, because as soon as I go to smash it with my hand, it's gonna jump on me, bite me, and I die. So I'm like, I'm pros and cons and stuff. Everything's happening, right? I'm doing the best I can. I'm maintaining control of the truck. I'm trying to get this threat away from me. I'm doing everything I can. Anyway, this was today. So I have had 2 spider encounters in the past 24 hours. And F that. Like, I hate spiders. Cicadas, completely okay with. I'm literally okay with every other bug except for spiders. Any other bug, I'm like, I'll get it. Or I'll grab a little napkin and, you know, usually while I'm driving, I'll kill it with my hand. Spiders, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Which leads me to the main reason why I think I need to go back home. Like, this last thing, I'm sure, I'm like, you know what? It's not my time. I need to go home. So, spider incident's out the way. I stop and get fuel, take a 30-minute break, finishing my drive. I'm coming out of Texas and Oklahoma into Kansas. Coming into Kansas, right? I'm like, I'm coming into Dodge City. Coming into Dodge City. And that's actually the thumbnail for this video, is I was stopped at a stop sign. And, you know, the drive was clear and I had to make a left turn. And as I'm making this left turn, all you see is dark clouds. And I'm like, I've driven through rain before, whatever. You make a left turn, hell of a week, hell of a 2 days. It's only been 2 days. 2 days. Driver line, I'm sorry. I'm like reading and stuff. I'm glad you can make it to one of my lives. I'm really, I'm trying to calm down because I've hyped myself up. Oh, gosh. I don't sound like a Volvo driver. And y'all got to stop laughing at me because I'm telling you, spiders, man, spiders would have been it. So, the last reason how I know I need to go home. All I see is dark clouds. Any driver knows it's probably rain over there, right? Whatever. I take the picture. I'm like, that'll make a really cool thumbnail. Didn't think I was going to use it today. Took a picture of the thumbnail, made sure the road was clear, you know, left from the stop sign, made a left turn to drive into the rain. No big deal. I drive into the rain, you know, it starts drizzling, and then I start getting static on the CB radio, and I'm like, oh, that's strange. So I tune it up so I can get more range, so whoever's talking, whoever's super far out, I can hear them better. And they're like, you know, basically in a short term, or the pieces I put together are like, hey, y'all, be careful, there's hail. And I'm like, a hailstorm? That sucks. So at the same time I hear that, you know, starts raining a little bit harder. So I'm like, you know, I don't know who else does this, but I turn down my music so I can focus. Like, I just want to focus. All on my first hazmat load, I know. So I was like, I just want to focus. You know, I've already dropped my speed down because, one, like Roger just said, I'm hauling hazmat. Like, I'm already driving below the speed limit. Now it's raining, so I slowed down even further because I'm like, and someone asked me earlier what kind of hazmat. It's 41,000 pounds of liquid hazmat. So, like, in totes. So I've been dealing with surge all day. I'm already stressed out. Anyway, you're like, okay, hail's coming up. Starts raining a little harder. So I, you know, back off my speed. And it's still dark. It's just dark. Out of nowhere, from the opposite lane of traffic, I just see lights, like a ton of them. And they're all racing towards me. And I'm like, something's happening, obviously. So they end up stopping about a quarter of a mile up before I get to that point. And there's like 7, 8, 9 police cars all blocking the road. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, do I need to stop? Like, so I slow down, put my four-ways on, you know, I'm dropping my speed. And then the 2 officers who were in my lane, I guess, saw me coming and moved out the way. And I'm like, do I stop? Do I keep going? What, you know, what do I do? Excuse me. So I keep going because now my lane is clear. But now at this point, I'm doing 25 miles an hour because there are 7 sheriff deputies sitting right here. No one's talking on the radio. And it was like, I was like, well, I'm just going to keep going. It's just rain. It hasn't started hailing yet, right? Still dark. Continue driving. You know, I get past, it was, I guess something struck something on the other side of the highway I was on, and it had nothing to do with me, so I kept my focus. So I kept going, right? I'm now realizing I'm the only vehicle on the road. And I'm like, this sucks. Sorry, it's raining, then it starts hailing. And I'm like, okay, here's the hail. And then on CB radio, all I hear is, you know, pull over if you can, high winds. And I'm like, rain, hail, high winds. Then I had to backtrack. I'm like, wait a second, how is it hailing and it's 107 degrees? I checked down on my thermostat, the temperature dropped from 107 down to, I think it dropped down to like 58. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to die. It dropped 50 degrees in 3 miles. So anyone who knows anything about storms, automatic clue, it's probably a tornado in your area. Sure as crap, there's a tornado right down the alleyway. And I'm like, first hazmat load, 2 spiders, and a freaking tornado. Obviously I'm fine, and you know, I got the heck up out of there. And the reason how I knew, because it was just dark. It was just dark, like you couldn't see anything. And then like you pass like this little break in the clouds, and then it was just whiteout. It was literally whiteout conditions. And like, I had to put my shades on. It was so bright outside, and that didn't help. Like, it was like staring into a flashlight. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I turned my hazards on, I dropped my speed down to 20 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, if somebody hits me, y'all gonna have to hit me. I'm doing the safest thing I know to do, is to try and get away from a tornado that's right there. Go as slow and as safe as you can, and try not to spill your hazmat load. That's all I got. So I'm like, 20, I'm slowly but surely getting away from the storm because it's going the other direction. And I'm like, just focus, get through. For the first time ever, you're in high winds and you're actually heavy. You can make it. I'm like, I can make it. I make it. Obviously, or I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I make it through. As soon as I hit Dodge City, where, you know, the Loves, the National Beef, everything is right there. Breaking the clouds, sunny, like nothing ever happened. And I'm like, I need to go home. I gotta go home. I gotta go home. Like, this is too much. I mean, I finished driving, obviously. I still had like 300 miles to do. No, it was less than that. I had like 180 miles to do until I got to my stopping point now. So I was like, I just gotta keep going. And then some granddad decided to, he looked me in my eye as I'm coming through this town. The speed limit's like, it just went from 20 to 30. So I'm getting back up to 30. This old guy, I see him come up to the intersection. He's got a stop sign. I don't. So I'm at like 24. I see him make eye contact with me and pull out in front of me. And I'm like, typical, whatever. I don't freak out about that. But he pulls out in front of me. I put on brakes, slow back down to 20. He never speeds up. In fact, he stops in the middle of the street. And I'm like, bro, I can't stop. Like, if you slam on your brakes, I have a liquid load, and tankers know what I'm talking about. If I slam on my brakes, I'm still gonna hit you because of the surge. So like, I try and slow down as much as I can and end up having to go into another lane to avoid him, to avoid an accident. And I'm like, what the heck? So then he looks over, laughs, and goes forward. I'm like, this is it. Like, this is the day I'm going to lose it on somebody. I hate that it has to be this guy, but so much bad stuff has been happening to me today. If this guy brake checks me and I can't stop, and there's other traffic, I can't stop, and I have to, you know, I have to hit this guy. I don't want to, but if I have to hit this guy, it's going to happen, and he's going to get it. He's going to get all of it. So instead, he started going, you know, speed limit goes up to 40. I stay back at 20. I was like, you know what? Let him go. Let me create as much space as I can. And luckily for me, there was a railroad track right there. I had to stop anyway. So I'm going slow. Hit the railroad track. Check both ways. I can go. This guy pulls off onto the shoulder, waits for me to catch up, speeds up on the shoulder while I'm driving. Immediately, I already know I need to get off the accelerator because he's going to cut me off. Sure enough, cuts me off, brake checks me. I'm like, dude, it's just not it for me. Today's not it. It wasn't it. Like, literally 4 things that could have went wrong. Like 2 spiders tried to kill me, a freaking tornado tried to kill me, and this old guy trying to file an insurance claim. Like, stop brake checking me. I am heavy. Like, he doesn't know that. But why are you being so vindictive? Like, just go. Just accelerate. So, the speed limit goes up to like 70 or 65. I can still only do 20 because he's doing 21 in front of me. And I'm like, I should have. You're absolutely right. I should have just called the police. I didn't have time for that. Because at this point, it was a race against the clock because I took a wrong turn. And I now had to rechange where my safe haven was. So I was like, I got to run balls to the wall. This guy's holding me up. I got to go. I don't have time to stop. So we're doing 20. There's a line stacking up behind me. And finally, this guy makes the right turn. Finally. I'm smart enough. I feel like he's going to stop in the middle of his turn while I'm trying to pass. So when he goes to make that right turn, I stop. Or I slow down to like 5. I make sure he's fully out the turn until I accelerate in case he does something else stupid. And he made the turn. And I kept going about my day. I had to run 65 the whole way here because speed limit was only 65. And I got here, I got like 40 minutes left on my clock. And I never run that much time down. Like, I usually try and stop when I have like 2 hours left. But all this stuff has literally killed my time all of today. And I gotta go home. It's just not in the cards. It's not in the cards. Bright side, I'm only 220 miles away from where I need to be. This load doesn't even deliver until Thursday morning. But y'all know how I like to run. I like to run balls to the wall the first day. That way I can rest all day the second day. But I didn't mean to run. If I didn't make that wrong turn, I wouldn't have had to run this far. But, shame on me. Wrong turn. But I got here shut down. I can literally take all of tomorrow off. But I'm probably just going to go ahead and wrap up the rest of the miles and then shut down close to over there. Take a little to Vegas. So there's no freight in Denver, Colorado. And this is why I was telling DJ I got a banger load. I found an agent on the load board, mind you. I found an agent that had a load, from Denver, had a stop in Kansas and is going down to Florida. I'm like, okay, I know for a fact I can route myself home, and looked at the appointment times. It picks up on the same day I deliver, and it's got an open delivery window from like Monday morning to Wednesday afternoon of next week. I'm like, boom, that's my weekend load, and I know for a fact I can run to the house, and my doctor is open on Saturdays. I'm taking it. Call the agent, get some details, because I'm like, and it's paying well coming out of Denver, because I don't never see loads paying well out of Denver, even when I was at Prime. And load was paying well. A little mysterious at first, but it was paying well. It was in Denver, and it's, taking me home. All good signs, and non-hazmat, because I don't do hazmat. I just don't. Or I just never had a reason to. Call this agent, and he calls me back. He's like, yep, load's still available. 1 pickup, 1 drop, and that's all you got to do. And I was like, 1 pickup, 1 drop? I'm like, no. It says it's got a stop on it. He's like, no. So here's the way that I do it on the load board so it makes sense. So your pickup isn't in Denver. And as soon as he said that, I was like, gosh, I messed up. He's like, your pickup is actually in Kansas. And I was like, so I got a deadhead to Kansas? He's like, hear me out first. I was like, okay. He's like, the reason why this load is paying so well is I pay the drivers the deadhead, but I don't list it on the board. I wait until the driver calls. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Okay. He's like, it's an open window. It's an open pickup window. You can pick up Thursday morning to Friday afternoon and deliver it Monday to Wednesday. And I was like, Dang, a weekend load. If I pick this up by Thursday or Friday, I can run it all the way down. So let's say I pick it up Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and deliver Monday morning. That's, well, I can say what it says. Y'all don't know the agency. Like, that load was paying like $5,000. Like, coming out of Denver. Now he's deadheading me out of Denver, but it's paying like a total of like $5,000. Literally, and then while he's talking to me about it, because I was taking my 30-minute break, while he's talking to me about it, I was like, yeah, listen to the details. I pull up the load board. I'm like, is this the best load? I'll pull up the load board, and every other load on that board was paying like, there was actually a load from Denver to Florida, like actually picking up in Denver, and that thing was paying like $2,900, $3,100. I'm like, this dude's paying me $2,000 extra. Yes, sir. I'll go ahead and take that load. Absolutely. $5,000. Let's wrap this up. So, basically, in my mind, Monday to Monday, I've been able to secure $8,600 in revenue. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. That's just, it's on a 7-day sprint. Can't beat it. So, that's why I was like, deadhead home. Nah. Vegas load, I could, but I'm gonna have a great pay week. I'm just having I almost cursed. I'm just having a really bad personal week. Like, just not. I pray so much that tomorrow, after my 10-hour break, nothing happens for 220 miles. Is that gonna happen? Probably not. Probably not. I really hope it does, though. But I know for a fact, if another spider crawls out of this truck from somewhere, I'm going to lose it. Like, I'm going to lose my mind. For sure. Like, after I stopped, I opened the door, checked the door jams. I never opened my passenger door, checked the door jams, passenger door, opened my cargo, my baggage doors, checked inside with a flashlight. I am looking for spiders at this point. I got my fenders open, checking to the bottom of the frame. Like, if another spider crawls out of this truck somewhere, somebody's gonna have to buy this truck, because I'm gonna have to go get something else. I can't. What's wrong with 70? Oh, hold on. RN, what's wrong with 70? I'm telling you, if something is wrong between now and where I need to go tomorrow, I'm not. You're right, Roger. This is part of the pre-trip. I actually did this as part of my mid-trip when I stopped for fuel to take my 30-minute break, because the spider happened between pre-trip and mid-trip in transit. So I can't, stop and do a mid-trip. But no, RN, you need to respond like right now. What's wrong with 70? Because I'm telling you, if literally something goes wrong from here to there, I'm going to lose my mind. And see, I don't have empty. Oh, mudslide. Oh, is it on the west side of Denver? Because if it's on the west side of Denver, I'm good. But yeah, like, I'm just really, these past 2 days has really tried me. Leroy, you're absolutely right. I said that same exact thing on Monday. Now look at my freaking Tuesday. So I've had 2 bad days back to back. Tomorrow has to be a better day. Like, whew. Like, first of all, those spiders really took the positivity out of me. Let's start with that. So if anything goes wrong tomorrow, I know for a fact the east side, man, I did do a proper pre-trip. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. It's west of. All right, thanks VTech for the assurance. I was like, 'cause I don't think they can get mudslides on the east side of Denver. There's no, like, what are those things called? Mountains. Good Lord. This is how I know it's time for bed. Yeah, Spider-Nados, I'm telling you, I'm out. Like, And you know what? Everybody, you know, I see the guy saying snakes. I see snakes. I'm okay with snakes. You know, I sometimes like little garden snakes. Like when I used to live in this another part of Georgia than where I live now, we see a little garden snakes by the creek all the time. Pick them up, throw them, whatever. No big deal. Freaking spider, I will lose my mind. I cannot express how scared I am of spiders. I can't. See, when I looked for loads in Dallas, I was looking for one in Cali. But I was trying to get home to Georgia, so I was like, let me just see what they got going in Georgia. But when I go back to Dallas, I've heard that from a couple of other BCOs too. Do those hazmat loads out to Cali, which I'm, you know, after I this rescheduled doctor's appointment, I will be going out to Cali because that I need to go. Like I need to go see what everybody's talking about. But yeah, like 2 spiders, a tornado, and some old guy. I'm not falling for it. Ain't no way. I ain't doing it. I will turn all these comments off. Like I can't, my spirit literally can't take it, y'all. I can't. And I really, like I said, this whole live is actually going in the video for people who didn't watch the live. So I just really need to come in here and talk to y'all. I need y'all to feel my pain as I'm actively feeling it. Like I don't have no appetite. Like I don't even feel like watching TV. Like my mind is so out of here right now. It's like I don't want to do anything. I literally just want to close my eyes and go to sleep. Like I can't. My Apple Watch has been telling me to breathe all day. That doesn't work. Okay, it's not working. I can't relax. I'm about to take me some melatonin because I know I can sleep all day, and I'm about to just chill out because I am so wired up, y'all. It doesn't make any sense. Like, because I can't just calm down. Like, I almost died 4 times today. Who does that? You know what I mean? I mean, besides people who are, you know, their jobs are, well, I guess us as truckers. You're right. Yeah, you know. Well, I got my I got my vlogging light right here. I got this lamp on right here. As soon as I shut this down, the top light's coming on. I'm not going to sleep with no lights. No, I'm wiping my head because I'm like, you got that line from Jenna, and tell Jenna I'm no longer talking to her if she told you to tell me that. Spiders stress me out. That's why I keep rubbing my head. I'm like, I'm probably gonna lose the skin off my head because I'm all day today. I'm just like, I did almost die today over spiders. Well, the second spider more than the first. The first one didn't like, it was just on the trailer door. That second one was out for blood, for sure. Like, I could feel the bloodlust coming off that second spider just by the way it was running at me. I knew, like I could tell. I knew for a fact. Like, and then somebody on my Facebook is like, so stupid. They're like, that could have been your Spider-Man origin story. I'm like, that would have been an alternate ending for my career. Like, I would have. That's not no. Like, there was pure hatred in that spider's jog. It wasn't even a jog. That was a full-on sprint. This spider was sprinting at me. Like, y'all don't even know. The heat. Oh. Y'all, I have never been so gracious that I turned off the audio recording in that dash cam, because I know for a fact what I would have done is taken the recording, whatever it got caught on my dash cam, and uploaded it to a video. So y'all can believe what I'm saying. Like, I'm not joking. The pure fear that came out of me. Like, if I would have just saw it and it was just chilling, I would have been able to kill it a lot calmer than going down a highway at 70 miles an hour with a bloodthirsty spider coming at you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I was like, no. For a fact, and for everybody's information who's still here, yes, I screamed like a little girl. It was an older girl. You know, I was able to retain a little bit of bass, but half of my man card for sure got killed along with that spider. For sure. Like, cause talking on the phone with my buddy, he made sure to tell me that. Like, dude, you're a B-word. I'm like, nah, you didn't see the spider. He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, it does matter. That is a very important part of this story. But no, if I woke up with a full man card this morning, half of it disappeared in that moment. I'm working on it to get it back. Stay tuned for that. I don't know how that's gonna go, because I gotta do that. See, and I've been thinking about getting an in-cab camera, and I have never been so grateful that I have not gotten it yet, because I know I would have uploaded to show what not to do while you're driving, right? And I know I would have uploaded it, and I know someone would have freaking called Landstar on me like, look at what your driver's doing while he's driving. I'm like, being scared. What do you want me to do? I'm human. Like, I did the safest thing I knew how to do. Try to stop safely, calmly. Not calmly, I panicked. Try and stop the truck and neutralize the threat. Like, that was safe for me. What you want me to do? Like, but I'm glad I know I would have been able to upload that for you guys' entertainment, but I know for a fact, exactly, RN. No, it's not for me. In-cab camera, that was like, well, because I'm not training anymore. But for in-cab camera, that's insurance for me. Because, like, I hate these guys that come on here, they're like, oh, you need to stop that texting and driving. I'm like, no one's texting and driving. Like, I'm trying to control an 80,000 pound vehicle. If anyone has the gall to text and drive while driving a truck, number one, I hate you. But two, kudos to you. I got stuff that I need to be concerned about, like potholes and divots in the road where we'll throw my truck off the road. I'm not texting and driving for nothing. But in the event something happens like that accident I had back in January, where that lady hydroplaned into my truck, and then she told the officer that I cut her off. Luckily, I've got dash cam footage. You know what I mean? It's like, people lie and just stupid about it. Johnson's Propulsion, what's going on, man? During the road portion of the CDL test, I recall a guy saying, now pretend spider blows. Y'all, if y'all, any safety meeting y'all go to, and they don't talk about this, you need to reevaluate what company you're at. Like, that is very important. What to do in a panic situation while you're driving. Because I use common sense, but no one really taught me. Like, all right, if you have an emergency and you're panicking, what do? You know what I mean? There's no, like, layout for that. You know what I mean? I've never like had that happen, obviously. NYC, I'm at Landstar, and I do not have an opinion on what is a good company to start. I have no opinion on it. That reminds me, I know what video I'm going to start recording as soon as I hang up from here. So part 2 of my Prime video, why I left Prime video, is coming up, and that will be out this week for sure. Fine Sergeant Elise, congrats, man. Congrats. NYC, there's so many different answers to what a good company is or what's best for me. There's a lot of answers to the same question. But it's to the point now, like, when someone asks me that question, you got to do your own research, because what worked for me doesn't work for what doesn't work for other people. And I don't want to be responsible for, like, stuff like that. Like, oh, you told me to go to such and such and they didn't take me, but you said they were good for me to start. I'm like, what? That's not my fault, number one. But two, that sounds like a you problem. That's not, they took me. I emailed you. I know you've been busy. You emailed me? Recently? I feel like I just checked my email on. this home time. I can't close this tab. I'm gonna check my email when I wrap this up. Y'all, if y'all wouldn't mind, y'all can hit the like button or the thumbs down button. It'll definitely help out the algorithm, get my channel out there. I am at 2,500 subscribers. I've been meaning to make the video about that, but man, I've literally gone from 1,800 to 2,500 subscribers in like a month. I think it was a month since I've been at that airport, the JFK airport. So I've gotten like 700 subscribers in like a month, and I can't thank y'all enough. Like I greatly appreciate it. I'm glad my channel's getting out there. I'm glad it's helping people. You know, that's really great for me. You know, it's good for me and it's good for y'all. How long do I intend on keeping this truck before getting a new one? Until it dies. And when this truck dies, I'll get a new one. Well, I'll say get a new one as in replacing it. But I got some things in the pipeline right now. It all depends on, not for me. I got some things in the work right now, but as far as replacing this truck, whenever it dies. And so far, I keep up on all of my preventive maintenance, so I'm good. Alex, you were not the first person I've heard say that. And in fact, it's happening to me too. Like, driver lineup, everybody knows I watch driver lineup, Travis Kinley, JJ the Trucker, you know, some other non-prime, Prodigal Rob, some other non-prime channels like Trucker AK, Chase Mr. Hamilton. I got unsubscribed from everyone I just mentioned. I got unsubscribed from. No Luck Trucking, everyone. Like, I just literally logged in YouTube one day and I wasn't subscribed to anyone. And I'm like, what happened? And so I FaceTime Travis. He's like, same thing just happened to me. So we had to go back and resubscribe to everybody. And I checked again like a week after that, unsubscribed again. Trucker John, what's going on? Dude, I'm like 3 videos behind on you. I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up on your videos. But I don't know what's going on with YouTube and just unsubscribing from channels. I don't know. It's happening to us too. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your continued support. Like, it's I don't know, it just makes me feel really good that I'm able to help people, and people actually enjoy watching me talk to myself. Well, I know I'm really talking to you guys, but you know, sometimes when I'm recording on my GoPro, I'm like, people are gonna think this dude's crazy. But I've noticed people already think I'm crazy. So, because I actually do a pre-trip, I've had 3 other owner-operators come up to me, like, while I'm doing a pre-trip, either doing a pre-trip or a post-trip. They're like, oh, did something break? And I was like, no, I'm, you know, doing my post-trip. They're like, what's a post-trip? I'm like, you don't look at your truck, make sure everything's still the same. It's the same thing this morning. They're like, nah, I haven't done a pre-trip in years. I'm like, oh, God, like, you driving a shit box out there? Like, what is it? I do a pre-trip, mid-trip, and post-trip every single day, and drivers look at me like I'm crazy. So now I just start holding a camera and do it more often. So I'm gonna start doing clips outside of the truck, like early, like what's gonna be on the vlog. I'm actually outside of my truck, recording outside on both clips. So for sure, I mean, I'm already a weirdo. I don't really care. But like I said, dude, 2,500 subscribers, like, I can't thank y'all enough. I'm gonna record its own video. When I get home, I'll be able to actually wash my carpet, because that's really literally the only thing that's keeping me from doing a truck tour video is this freaking oil stain on my carpet that the freaking Volvo dealership mechanic put on my carpet, and my carpet clean machine's at home. So as soon as I can clean this carpet, a truck tour is coming. I promise. I know I've been saying that crap all year, but it's coming. But I do not want to do it with this stain on the floor. Like, I can't. Like, it's already driving me crazy. I'm not in the bed. I'm sitting at the table. Y'all know. Don't even, Evan. You know what's up, man. We're truckers. We talk to ourselves all the time. Exactly. That's why I was like, people, especially if normal people call me crazy, it might hurt a little bit. Not much, because it's true. Like, I know I'm weird. But if other truckers call me weird, like, we do the same lifestyle, dude. You're weird too. Like, it's, I don't know. Maybe it's part of the brotherhood thing. I don't know. But y'all already know how I am. As soon as I hit an hour on my live, it's time to wrap it up. So, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. I greatly appreciate every single last one of y'all. If y'all can, when I upload this next video, even though y'all already know what's a part of it, watch it anyway. Put it on mute. Just let it play. I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. You know, just be honest with me. Obviously, I love talking to y'all. Leave a comment. You can check the description of all of my videos, if not 98% of them. They have every way to get in contact with me: Snapchat, Instagram, email. I don't know if there's something else on there. I don't really remember. If y'all can, y'all go to driverlineup.com/shop. I got some merchandise. I lifted up my shirt like I'm wearing it. I got some merchandise out. It's right here though. Still in the packaging. I got my merch out. I gotta get some more designs. But if y'all want some Johnson's Logic merch, I'm finna get some like sayings and stuff on some merchandise. driverlineup.com/shop. There's a couple of us different YouTubers on there. It's me, Trucker John, Driver Lineup, Travis Kenley, Long Haul Gypsy. I don't know if I'm leaving. I think JDQ Transportation's on there. Yes, I've been meaning to call you, Eric. So whenever you're on home time, shoot me a text so I can call you, because I've got some stuff that I need. Y'all already know what the deal is, man. Like I always say, if y'all are thinking, y'all might as well do it logically. I'll catch you guys on the next live, or I'll chat you guys up on the next vlog.